Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to talk about new player information, starting with launching the game, how to overcome some of the crashing issues you'll encounter as a new player first downloading and launching the game, as well as picking your first job and exploring Turba and the rest of Ethergia. So first here I'm showing the game launching and crashing as a Steam user. But a lot of these fixes I'm going to show you also apply to people using the standalone client, so it doesn't matter which one you're using. This first step here where you're going to right-click on the game, go to Properties, and under General you're going to deselect the Steam overlay. This is the only thing that really pertains specifically to Steam. That's going to help you with changing your resolution once you're in-game. So we're going to launch it. Once the launcher's open, we're going to go to Options. And then we're going to make sure we change the language to English. And then make sure we choose the first option there for the resolution and launch the game. Okay, and once you pass the white screen and you can see gravity and havoc and all that, you know that you're good, you're in the game, and everything's working fine. So once the game has launched, this is going to be for Steam users, but it's essentially all the same. You're going to select your server, and we're going to do a demonstration with a new account. I've done this a few times, so there is some variability here between my account and your account, but for a brand new player launching the game, you're going to have this character creation screen open automatically for you. And I'm going to let you know, if you're a new player, you're going to want to play a magic race, a magic job. So we have the 4 races to pick from. We have the Turin, Bartuk, Cruxena, and Zenoa. And the reason I recommend that you choose a magic-based job is because Requiem heavily favors magic damage in this game, mainly because you have heals and ground-placed AoEs, and that's going to allow you to cook through the enemies a whole lot faster. If you're a DPS using physical damage, you can play any job you want in this game. Some are just better for party, some are better for solo, and if you're going to play solo primarily, you're going to want to have a magic player, a magic race, have a magic job, I should say. So you're going to want to try out one of these jobs. I'm going to talk about all of them right now. There's Templar, and you have 1, 2, 3 AoE skills here, and then they have a heal that it can cast on target, and they have a self dot heal. I'm not going to get into every single skill, but I'm going to point out what's important. There are 3 ground placed AoEs that this job has. This one has a slow attached to it, so it doesn't work on bosses, but very useful. So Tempest is a very good choice. The other option would be Bartuk. And this first job here is physical damage, so we're going to skip over to the Shaman. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 skills that are AoE right here. We have a self-heal and a tick heal that you can add to a target if you want. So like an ally, a friendly, can get healed. There's 2 jobs that you can choose from. There's a Forsaker and a Mystic. Forsaker is a mix more of PvP and PvE. You have a Chaos Totem to kind of confuse your enemies, make them run around you, and you have 1 ground-placed AoE for damage. So they're not as great. They don't have any heals in this second job either, so you only have one main heal and a kind of a tick support here, heal. The Mystic, on the other hand, you have 2 ground-placed AoEs, a very powerful single target DPS, and then you have their healing totem, and you have the summoning healing fairy, which is like a party heal as well. So this thing heals everybody in the group, this heals everybody in the group, and it's like a single heal, and then it has like a tick over time that does quite a lot as well later in game. So this job is very good. They can also resurrect dead teammates too, so Mystic is my main one I'll recommend to new players if you're just starting out, because it allows you to explore the game and you can pretty much kill anything with high DPS, excellent heals, so it's probably the very best solo job out there. Moving on to the Cruxena, you're going to have the Soul Hunter for the magic damage. So there's this is an AoE, so with DNA, so two skills that are AoEs, and then Defiler is who I'm going to recommend for their second job. They have pretty much two, I think three DPS, three AoE skills they can use. I'm not sure if people use the Deadly Disease actually, but this is, I think, one that they use. Maybe it's the other way around. Sorry, I'm getting the icon mixed up because there's a couple of chests. They're purple, so I think this is the one the Deadly Disease people use, but they don't really use the Cursive Restoration. Anyway, they have two ground-placed AoEs. This one here is Bloodstorm, and then they have Deadly Fog, and then this Trap of Stiffness holds them in place like a stun, so they can let these two AoEs just cook through people while they're locked down. So they have three AoEs, but two of them deal damage. This one's like an AoE stun with plenty of other like cast AoE skills. So Soul Hunter's an excellent option as well. For their heal, this is their heal. It's like a life steal, and it can be AoE as well with DNA. We'll get into that later on in game. The next job is the Zenoa, Battle Magician. You have two choices because their ground-placed AoE is in their first job. It's unique like that. They have a disadvantage compared to the other ones, so I would consider these guys kind of more of a steeper learning curve because most of their attacks have a minimum range of 4 meters, so they have to keep their distance from their opponents, so they involve a lot of running around to fight because everybody's going to want to get in your face and you need to keep your distance. They do have a dash to help counter that as well, but just know that this job might require a little bit more movement. If that's something you don't like, this might not be the job for you. They have a kind of like a life steal. It doesn't deal much damage, but it's excellent for heals. You'll need to either do max 10 points in this and 6 DNA in order to be able to fully heal from this skill though, so that's what I recommend, 10 points in this and 6 DNA in the success chance for heal. This is their bread and butter AoE skill. You'll do DNA in this as well, but this one right here is single target. So you're gonna have pretty much one real skill. This is a stun. So one AoE from this skill tree, but this is your spam. This is like your main attack, your single casting attack. And then when you get to your second jobs, you have Druid. And this is kind of your transformation-based job. Mobility is based out of Villa V. You got dashes in here and fast movement speed with this. And then you have Doomguard is like a tank essentially, but I wouldn't really consider him that effective. He does have a really good skill here with the throwing vines, and he has an amazing stun for level 80. And this skill's pretty good. I will explain one small point to this because there are some confusing aspects. When you are in these transformations, these skills are only available while in this transformation. So you have to kind of jump back and forth, which makes this job a little bit harder. If you don't like switching around a lot, then maybe avoid Druid, but you're going to be using a lot of hotkeys. This skill and this skill, if you cast it, this is like a buff that'll go on you when you have a successful strike. When you leave the transformation, they stay on. However, this is a skill that's also used, but when you leave the transformation of Inferno, you lose this particular skill. It can be casted on other people, and it'll stay on them, but just know that this is not a very useful skill if you're intending to use it for yourself. So Inferno's like the DPS for like melee. You can use something swift arm to like attack faster if you want to be an auto attack druid, but that's not really something that people typically do anymore. This is an AoE skill. This is an AoE skill. This is a single... actually, this is an AoE. This is a single target stun, and that's an AoE stun. And this is an AoE stun. So you have a lot of AoE options. But primarily you're doing most of your damage through this, and you're using these transformations as like specific use case scenarios. The other job is the Elementalist, and you're primarily reducing the elemental resistance of your target. You're buffing the HP of yourself and your party, and you have a couple AoE skills. This one's AoE, I think this is single target, and then that's a stun, and this is single target. So you have 1, 2 good AoE skills here. This is increasing your mind, your skill crit chance. This is for finding assassins in PvP, so it's not really a useful skill for some people. This doesn't provide very much magic damage. I think it's like, I don't know, maybe 50 or something at the end game, or at like plus at level 9 or something, or 10. It's not very useful. And this is just a resistance-based skill. So I mean, the Elementalist is very good party support, but I just don't recommend this for brand new players unless you're already kind of used to this playstyle and really like it. But just know that the Battle Magician's a fast-paced kind of job, so if that's for you, then great. In this example, I'm going to show you Soul Hunter, and we're going to make a Defiler in the end. So we're going to start out here. You can click this middle button to zoom in on yourself. Okay. Putrice is gonna be my name. Okay. And create. I'm gonna set passcode here. And then before I hit OK, I just want you to know there's going to be a cutscene that kicks on here. So if you do press this button, be prepared to either press escape and skip it if you don't want to watch it, versus clicking outside the game, because it's going to have the cutscene playing and you can't skip it once if you have the game in windowed mode or something, or you minimized it for a second, it's going to have the audio play, and if you're clicking on things, it'll crash the game and you can't get back in and view it again. So be aware that you need to be ready to continue with the actual game once you press the button. For the sake of the demo, I'm gonna let this I'm gonna let the tutorial play, but just know you can press escape to skip. I guess I need to do this first. There we go.
Doctor, Model C is gaining consciousness.
What? Let us see why this thing started up. I detected no irregularities.
Maybe Ernal sent a corrupt model.
Prepare my tools. We will have to look deeper. I'm telling you, Mortal C's progress is too fast. You set us something too advanced. You there, end the project now. Burn it if we have to.
Wake up. Get up. There is no time. We have to get out of here. Now.
Okay. Alright, so now that we got this taken care of, I'm gonna tell you right now you can't move, you can't do anything until you've followed along with this little tutorial here. Real quick, this daily login reward, you get a daily login every single time you log in each day for anybody on the account. You can click cancel and it just doesn't receive the reward, but if you go through a loading screen or log out and back in, it'll prompt you again. So if you click cancel, you don't miss out on this reward if you made a mistake. Or if your intention is to get the reward on a different character, you can just click cancel. There are free skill resets on the 50th, 100th, and the 150th day. So if you're somebody who's trying to get a free skill reset, just know that you can earn one if you're logging in each day for 50 consecutive days. And after 150 days, there's nothing, so it essentially just stops this whole process. It's kind of weird. We're going to cancel that, skip ahead on this. Another thing to know is this one click. It's like a mini game. It's like a little gambling slot machine thing. There's days where you can get 10, 15, or 20% skill, experience points. There's drop chance, but each day there's something different. And if you're happen to be making a new character on those days, you can delete your character and remake it over and over and try to earn yourself like a 20% XP bonus for that whole day you're playing if you're really wanting to go hard and try to level up. I know a lot of veterans will exploit that. Another thing to know is just trying to get a bathing suit's a pretty good start too, but it's not too big of a deal. Just know there's some options, some strategies to know. We're just going to run this and see what we get. It's kind of helpful when you get yourself a bathing suit. Even these little perks like XP is massive help. Oh, nice. Try to get an XP or HP one. Yeah, 400 HP, like right out the gate. That's huge. I'm happy with that. That lasts a whole day. You can press X to sit. That'll recover XP. That'll cover MP. That'll recover your HP. What else? I think that's it for right now. We're just going to follow along on this. But real quick, what I'm going to try and explain to you is I'm going to go over some of the basic UI stuff, like how to use the quest book, the skills, the bags, the character screen, how explaining what the stats do, how the attack works, defense. I'll explain some of these concepts as well as the alternative advancement system. This is super helpful to know as a new player, so let's go ahead and get into it. So like I said, we're just going to start with the tutorial here. We're just going to follow along. So real quick, it's just wanting us to accept the quest, and then it's going to want us to hit U and open up the quest book tutorial. We're just going to highlight this so it shows that we have active quests. That's what this is doing, it making it unactive or inactive and making it active. So you can prioritize your stuff. You can also click on it and abandon the quest if you don't want to do it. You can search for quests here by typing in the quests, like the levels. Say you want to look for level 1 through level 10, what quests are available. Maybe you want to see what quests you can take for your level, and it'll show you everything that you can take. Maybe you want to know what's not available, you can see that as well. You show everything that you couldn't get, even stuff because it's beyond your level that you can have right now. So you can press all and see every quest for that level range, and you can go up to like a 20 level gap. So in this case, level 1, that could go to 21, and then that's as wide of a spread. 20 level spread is as much as you can do to look at quests. Beyond that, it'll give you an error. Okay, and then after that, it tells you to check box to make the quest track, and it'll tell you in the corner how far away it is and the direction to go. In the beginning, we're definitely weak. So we're gonna have to slap this guy for a while. 0. Oof. Ouch, man. 0. Well, you got a long ways to go to kill me, Mr. 2 damage. With my half HP. You're thinking to yourself, probably, you're a caster and you're having to just beat stuff? Well, yeah, I gotta get a skill point here. Okay. Ooh, very nice. The game is in maintenance mode, so we do not have any new events. What you see is what you get with the game now, including bugs. So this right here is a bound on acquire item. You have to double click on it in order to pick it up. I'm just going to show you something real quick. I'm going to cancel pickup. You can press H to pick up everything that's around you, and it'll instantly collect it. You can hit G. G will just open the bag, or open the drop so you can see it. If you press H, just opens it and puts it in your inventory. And you can see this is a bound item, so it doesn't pick it up. You need to have a pet in order to pick up bound items if you don't want to be inconvenienced by double clicking on it and confirming you want it. Skip. There we go. Then we're going to press K, or press this button here to open up your skills. And for me, I'm going to take this as my spam skills. I'm going to take this as my very first one. I'm also going to show this to people real fast. Under your actions menu, there is all these different buttons you can press to, like, you know, laugh or wave to people. There's also this party search feature. It's very underutilized, but it's good to know about, because I try to advertise it to people, because the more you use this, the more people are aware of it, the better. Because you can find people, you can create parties. Right now, like I said, almost nobody ever uses this thing. It's a really neat feature to know about, though. And if we can resurrect it, that'll help out, I think, a lot on the community's engagement. You can just essentially write, what's the party name? So there's two options. Find party. This is you, you have a party and you want people to come join your party. That's what the recruit one is. Apply is you're by yourself and you want people to pick you up. So you're gonna say, looking for, you know, new player, need help leveling. You could write anything you want, and then you can just, this stuff kind of, I don't think it really is. Maybe you can use it. The drop-down menu is really old. Like I said, this is kind of a neglected feature. People don't utilize it, so it never really was managed very well. But yeah, I'm in Turbo, so I'm a new player. I need help. Do you wish to delete your previous ad? There wasn't anything there, so it's not a big deal. So it'll say where you are, your name, your level, your job, so people can see what you are and what you need help with. It's pretty helpful, so people can scroll through here and go, oh, that guy needs help, I'll join you, and then you can... I'll explain this kind of stuff more since I don't have another account open to kind of show the process of joining it, but just know this is a really helpful feature to have too. I'm gonna remove myself from it for right now, because I don't want people joining me right now. We're gonna delete the memo, and that's gonna remove me. So if I press search, you can see that my name's not there anymore. Okay, back to leveling and having a fresh start. Let's see here. We killed our guy, we picked up our items. Let's come over and talk to our quest giver here. So this part of the game, this is the only place that you can get level 5. Well, it's not the only place. This quest gives you, it's the only place to get these items. These are level 5 items, and they're very helpful to start. Regardless of your job, you're going to want one of these, so this is another reason to do the tutorial and not skip it. As a magic player, I'm going to want this wand. You can press shift when you're looking at something, and it'll tell you how it reinforces. Reinforcement is like how weapons increase in damage, so you can see what's going to happen when you pick a certain item and see what it's going to give you, what properties it has. The other button you can press is control, and that will compare it to what you have equipped of that same type of item. So we're going to want the wand. We're going to accept our reward. You'll see you can't move right now, so you're going to have to follow along with its requests. So again, that wants you to open the skills. You can press K or press this button, and then once you press next, it'll want you to do bags next. I've already done skills, we're just going to close this. You can either press it here to open it, or you can press B to open all bags. This opens the individual bag, or you can use the buttons on the number pad as well to open the individual bag you want. And then once you've finished the bags, then you're allowed to move again. We're going to move to the next portal, and this is going to show you the reinforcement NPC. So this weapon is what we just got, and it gave us 6 Xeons. Once you drop the item in the first slot, you can press auto register, and it'll take the available Xeons needed to do the next, to reinforce it. Real quick side note, the 42% that you're seeing right here, this is part of the game being in maintenance mode. We have a permanent forge event going on, so you can make gear equipment for a whole lot, with a lot better success chance. Makes life a lot easier. Okay, so we're gonna go along, go through here. I'll talk about the event stuff in a little bit, because I have another intention that I want to try to share with the new players here. So we're level 3. Before I start killing in here, I'm going to show something. So pressing C will open up the character screen, and I kind of mentioned this a little bit. So we have the status page. This is what we're starting on. Real quick, I'm going to go over stats. So I have strength. Strength's going to govern your short range damage. It's going to govern your critical additional damage for like your auto attackers who are doing physical damage. Or long range damage as well, if it's related to critical additional damage. So strength is short range damage, critical additional damage. Dexterity is long range damage and physical crit chance. Intelligence is it's magic damage, it's skill critical additional damage. That doesn't matter whether you're a physical damage using skills. That's also int will also govern the skill critical additional damage aspect. So when you land a critical strike, you deal additional damage, and that's governed by intelligence. It also increases your resistance. Con manages your HP and your HP recovery, so how fast you recover. Mind is multiple things. Mind is primarily, so it's for heals. It's not damage-based heals, so it's like if you're a traditional, you're casting a heal on yourself or somebody else. If it's a damage-based heal, it's still governed by intelligence, because it's magic damage. And this job has a vampiric touch, which is governed by intelligence, not mind. So mind is, it's holy damage, which is what heals are. It's light damage. It's what's giving you damage to people who, if you're a hunter and you're using traps, your bombs will deal light damage. So mind is governing that damage. If you're a healer, then it's governing your heals. It's true for all the jobs. Like if you're a mystic or if you're a Templar, your heals are going to be improved with mind. It also improves your magic, your mana points. You get mana points from it. You get skill crit chance from mind. I have all this stuff listed on the Discord as well, so there's more information on there. I think I'm going to leave just like links in this video to specific parts of the Discord. I think that might be really helpful for new players as well. So I mentioned it briefly as well. Pressing X will allow you to sit and recover. If you're in combat, MP can still recover, but if you're in combat, which you can press Z, you can press Z and you can see that we're in a combat stance. It doesn't turn red right here, but this will normally turn red when you're fighting. But when that's taking place, when your weapon's drawn, you can't recover health, but you can recover MP. Let's go ahead and close that. Let's close the bag as well. Actually, I'm going to talk about that in a minute too. I guess I want this open because I'm explaining stuff with this here. So, let's see, one more thing. Magic damage. Let's see here. So you have your short range, long range, magic damage. So there's magic damage. There's also elemental damage, so specific elements can have damage too, and it works the same as magic damage. You have your physical crit chance, your skill crit chance. This is where the critical additional damage is displayed. I think I'm going to get more into this here after I start showing you the honor system. So under the character information, sociability tab, there's the alternative advancement system. When it's orange like this, orange means you're gaining XP when you're killing. So I'll show you real quick. This is my skill. I'll smack this guy, 26 damage. Let's do another one. And you can see that I leveled up on that. 424 XP. Now if I turn on my alternative advancement, make it green, I already have 59 points because these points are shared across the entire account. If you delete a character, make a new character, whatever points you've earned for the honor grade will carry over to the other character as well. So this is account-wide, and it never goes down, it never goes away, it's always there. And they're used for these skill points here. So there is magic property attack. Let's do 1 point to start. I'll show you how this works. Back to status here. We're going to show, here's magic damage. It's 2 to 2. I put 1 point in this. It says 3.0. Property attack damage. That's like, it's kind of confusing, a little misleading because, so we have offense, defense, stats, etc. These are the offense. Physical, these are all related to physical damage. This is all related to magic. And this is kind of the same concept. This is like short range or physical, and this is magic because it's resistance based. Stats, HP, doesn't really work, I guess, the whole way across, but that's how this one works for offense. These are the magic damage, skill crit chance, skill critical additional damage. It's not very explanatory, I've noticed. So when you're looking at this stuff, it's kind of misleading. So we're going to talk about this property attack damage. Essentially just means magic property attack damage. And we're going to do, I wish they would just say like magic attack power, and that way it wouldn't be confusing since that's how it's listed here. We're going to hit save, and then you're going to see it jump up. And it went up by 3 for both the minimum and the maximum. You can press initialization here, this resets it. And then when you press save, it confirms it. See, it went back down. So you can put a point in it. And then when you save, that's when the changes are made. Now it went up. You can add more in there. It's based off of the character's level, the total honor points required. So it's kind of like your, it's this. This is your total honor points. So that's what it's saying. 41. I have 41, so I'm good there. Level 4, I'm good. I can do that. You can see it's not red, so. Level 5. I have the honor point, the total honor points required, but I don't have the level for it, so I can't do this one yet. And then back over here, you can see how much we're gaining. 11 damage. And this is going to add a lot. We have a lot of points. This is your total points you get to use. So now we're going to do skills. This is crit chance. It's a very small amount, but this is what I recommend when you're starting out. This one here is short range defense. We're going to add that. Evasion is good to have. For 30 evasion per point. Very helpful, very early game. Strength we don't need. We don't need dex. Con is useful. We want con. We do want intelligence. That's our magic damage. Mind is our magic points. Skill crit chance. That's very helpful to have more mana. This one's also just raw HP and MP. 20 points per plus. So there's 80 right there. HP, MP regen. This is a specific value. This is massive. So you definitely want this skill. 30 points already. That's so helpful early game. This is your experience points. A little bit of extra experience. Very helpful to have. Let's see what else we want. I don't recommend taking these percentage-based ones when you're early game, because it's just, you're not going to get enough out of your points to make this viable, so skip these. You can play around with these as much as you want and see what you like and don't like. We're going to hit save, and then you can see MP went up, HP went up. It's a massive increase, tons of help right there. So this is how you're going to be able to stay in this dungeon for a little bit. And the reason I suggest you stay in here is because it's a good farm to get honor points early on, and you can see you can do quite a bit of damage in here. The other aspect too is event drops. That's actually pretty useful. So again, a reminder, I pressed shift to be able to view how this reinforces. I'm going to take that. Whatever you pick up in here, you cannot delete. Watch this. Destroy. It says can be performed, but it should say cannot. It's very confusing. We're full of confusion in this game. Okay, and you can see my MP is not dropping off like it was before. These guys don't quite die. I might want to level up a little bit more, but at the same time, I really want to keep this level gap that I have. These guys are still yellow. They're going to have a good drop rate for me, and I want to earn some event drops from them before I move on. So for now, I'm going to keep it just like this. I'm earning honor points, which is super helpful. My health's high enough in here. I mean, I have the... Even if I just had what I have here, 200, these guys, you can see how much damage they deal. It's practically non-existent. So it's... Even if I had 236 HP, it'd still be more than enough for these guys to not hurt me. Let's hope I get some good event drops. So you can definitely deal quite a bit of damage in here. The simple ion energies, I didn't mention this yet, but these are really helpful. The reason you're going to want to have those is you can use them to make an ornament later on. And I'll show you how to do that, but they're... If you find them in the world, keep them. Don't sell them. Unless they're, you know, you're way past the level and you have no purpose with it. It's like leftovers or something, but primarily you're going to keep those. They're very useful. Nice, more of these roses. The reason I want these event drops is I'm hoping I'll see a ring drop here soon. But you use these, you can craft a flying mount. I don't mean to pick up so much junk. If I fill up my inventory with this, it's gonna be a problem because I can't delete anything. So I won't be able to pick up rings potentially, and those are really helpful. Simple ion energy, oh, that's pretty nice. So the lant, picking up the lant here is kind of not that important. And the reason for that is, I mean, what's important really is these love rings. They're worth 1 million lant, and that's really what you want. I mean, it's picking up like 20 lant here and there. It's just chump change, you know? It's an inconvenience. Also, the chocolates that I'm picking up, what these are is essentially like a potion. These things will recover 10% of my total MP if I consume this, which is, you know, like essentially 23. 23 MP is pretty useless at this level, but later on in game, you're talking thousands of MP. When you consume one of those, it's very helpful. So they're more for like late game. Right now, just the average potions you encounter is going to be more than sufficient for your needs for MP if you have to, or HP if you need to use a potion. Wow, I'm having terrible drops right now. I think for the sake of how this is going. I might have to change this and level up one more level just to speed this up. Okay, let's do that. I'm gonna go ahead and level to 5. We'll see how this goes. You can see the honor's going up decently. The very first kill you have, if you didn't have any honor, it's like 13 honor points, like right out the gate. So it goes fast, and you want to get to at least like level 50. I think level 50 is a good point to go to. Let's disable this first and come back to this. Take those simple basic Xeons. Are you gonna die? There's a red rose, that's helpful. It's essentially the same as the black one, they're interchangeable. There's another purpose with it later on too, but early game what we care about is having them for making the flying mount. So let's go ahead and put this back on now that I'm level 6, dang it. You can see leveling in here goes fast. So we can put another point in it. I'm going to stop at 5 just for the sake of the video to kind of help show people, because getting 5 points in here is very easy, very doable. Maybe I'll up my drop rate a little bit too. This is drop chance. This will help with the event drops and stuff. Okay, let's kill this guy. Rather annoying. Another event drop. Okay, let's see if we get lucky anywhere else in here. See, now these guys are blue, so they have they're getting to the point where they're not as beneficial for getting drops from. I still don't have enough simple ion energy to make my enchantment, but the benefit of leveling up is that when I hit these guys, they're dying in one hit from the tick over time, for the most part. So level 5 is kind of the sweet spot to run through and one-hit all these dudes in here. At least for this particular job, having a skill that has a dot associated with it, the damage over time. Or simple ion energy, that's good. But it is encumbersome to have to go through here and look at each of these drops. And the only reason I have to do that is because I cannot delete. Oops, I can't delete anything that I pick up. So I have to be very deliberate in what I pick up. But you can see that I don't have any issues with managing my mana points anymore. The honor really helps with that. Just run through here, one-hit these guys, wait for the dot to take them out, and just keep rounding up guys. Allows for a really effective honor farm or XP farm. Because I recommend getting to like level 9 or 10 in here and then moving on. It does help to have a little bit of a jump start, so you're doing less grinding later on when you come out. Because there's mobs out there, but their respawn times are not nearly as fast as in here. It's really helpful to have the farm inside this dungeon. And again, event drops are in here, so it normally isn't quite this bad. Not a single love ring. That's a bummer. I really want that before I leave here. That was a good slap. Dark chocolate, so that one's the HP recovery versus the other white chocolates I have, which are MP recovery. These ones. There's a love ring. Okay, so this is a million lant when you sell it, but you can also get a flying mount with it. The first one you get, It just depends. I mean, the flying mount is incredibly helpful, but you already have a mount to start with, so it's, you know, it's just kind of whatever's important to you. If you need the lamp, which is probably better in my opinion, because then you can maybe buy some Xeons or be able to reduce whatever you want to reduce to make your own Xeons, which I'll get into that as well. That's the whole forge system I'm going to explain when we get to Kurt. Okay, let's see. Since I got a ring, I'm probably going to call it here in a second. Let's just do a couple more. And if this is you playing, my recommendation is to just stay as long as you're comfortable. If you're bored, move on. If you're having fun smacking these guys, and stay for a while, because it's a good farm early on without much challenge. And if you can get 1,000 of these, I kind of want to stay to get 1,000 of those just so I can have a demonstration of those. What you can do with it. I have to go all the way to Nova Lux, but man, is that helpful. I just collapsed into a pile of meat. That was pretty cool. Oh, so close. Oh, heck yeah, there we go. Alright, here's another thing to know. You can see how these aren't combined. You can hold shift, and then you can drop it on there and say how much you want to put in. So you have to actually count that out. Like, alright, I need 52 to finish that stack of 1,000. And otherwise, if the way it comes into your bag, slot 1 essentially is right here, it'll fill up the first available slot. So if I had, you know, 52 or something before I put this in here, 51 or whatever, it would have gone in here before it went into this stack. It's going to fill the earlier item of the same type in the slot when you pick it up. Alright, I think I'm at a good spot. You know, we got the ability to make a fluid. Might not be a great one, but it's better than nothing. And level 6. Let's go ahead and start leveling. So we're gonna turn the alternative advancement back to orange. So we're gonna earn XP. No longer gonna get honor points in here. We got to level 71 for the honor. That's pretty good. I think I was 59 when I started. So considering where I'm at, that's not bad. If you were fresh starting, you're probably going to be looking at maybe like 40 or something from that, 45. So, I mean, it's quick. No effort, and you're going to set yourself up for a much smoother first time playing game experience, that's for sure. More simple ion energy. Well, that's really helpful. I've noticed that trying to get the ion energy from here is usually really challenging. I think this is the first time I've ever gotten 1,000 in here. Part of it too is just how long you want to spend. You can see how fast the XP increases in here. Also, if you're playing with a group of people, you can go back further deeper into the dungeon, and there's still more of these guys. You don't have to stay right here. I'm not certain of their respawn times, though. I don't know if it's different. I think it's the same in here. I think they tried to make it so people could not feel like you're getting your kills stolen and you just are stuck in the tutorial the whole time and can't progress. So I'm hitting G to open it, and I'm hitting H to see it, like, if I want everything. Like, I don't, so I'll just click on the thing I want. Let's go back. Oops, didn't mean to take that. I thought I was having an HP. For a moment, I saw something else going in my bag, and that's what I was accepting. At least I thought. Okay. Yeah, because I'm almost full. If I get another love ring or 2 love rings, I don't want to be obligated to or have to neglect picking it up because my inventory would be full and I can't have any other way to get it. That would be a total bummer. Really got to manage your inventory in here carefully. Pressing H is dangerous. That's what I thought I was picking up before. Vital water in there. More simple ion energy. The other thing to consider too, it's like you can sell that stuff in the auction house too for more than it's worth if you were to sell it to an NPC, the ion energy. So it's worth picking up. I don't know how well it'll sell, how fast it'll sell, but people definitely like it in general. There we go, level 8. Get him. Nice, more simple basics. Very helpful. You want to reinforce your equipment as fast as possible since that's your damage. Starting with your weapon, then your jewelry, then your armor. We'll get into all that process later though. It's nice that those stack. Alright, I think I'm done trying to manage the loot in here. Just gotta hope I didn't miss myself a wonderful love ring. There'll be plenty more to earn. It's just nothing beats having like a nice solid start, a couple million lant right out the gate to manage your reduction of stuff, because all these cost lant to reduce. It's like a couple thousand lant, a couple hundred lant, and that's how you get the basic Xeons that you're going to use to reinforce your gear. So you don't need very much in the early stages of the game. There's other ways to get basic Xeons too. You can get compressions that'll reduce and earn you sometimes a pretty large amount of simple basic Xeons. And that's really nice when that happens, so. Okay, almost level 9. I think 9's a good point to leave. I mean, been here for a good while now. This is probably like half an hour, 40 minutes in here, maybe, I think I spent with explaining everything. But it's nice to see how that MP is not an issue. Without having the honor points, it's much harder. Yeah, that's good enough. I think we're done. This guy should die off and level up. Okay. You have two options to leave through here. You can exit training or run out that door. I suggest, so we can go to the map, Turba. If you hit exit, exit will take you over here. So to the east of Kurt, which is a much better starting point than coming out and then arriving right here at Chase Sanctum. If you come out here, you have to run all the way around to get here. So the NPC that is outside of both these gates that you need to talk to for your story quest. So it doesn't matter how you exit, you'll still encounter the same NPC, but it's far better to exit this way. Alright, so in this game, there are specific times, in-game times. You can see we have a moon here to represent nighttime at the hours of 23 through 2300 through 0200. That is nightmare time. So that's every hour in-game is 5 real-world minutes. So for 3 hours in-game, it'll be nightmare time, and that'll be 15 real-world minutes. There's something I want to get, but I don't know if I'm going to have time to prep for that. We're going to go ahead and put this down here. Let's put this over here. Alright. I'm going to show a couple systems, I think, after I attempt to earn something else. This is kind of a hasty start. We'll see if we can do it. So I'm going to try and earn a piece of equipment that's kind of outside my level range. It's kind of challenging, but I can only do it every two hours during nightmare time. So real quick, we're going to visit the item reduction blacksmith. We're going to reduce... keep that. We're going to reduce this stuff. This is the junk equipment. You can see there's a small fee. 100% chance I get between 1 and 9 simple basic Xeons. So we'll reduce it. Got 5. Not bad. Okay, let's go ahead and reduce my junk. I don't have the land. That makes sense. Flying mount. I think I will go for that. So I can at least show it. We're going to click on this guy. Revel is the compounding NPC. It says blacksmith combination, but he's the compounder. You're going to take either a red, the event red rose. These do not work. Can't use this or this. It needs to be this or this. Doesn't matter which one you use. You put it in the first slot, select one, and then you can see there's recipes to choose here. If I go register this, it's not doing anything. Mainly because I don't have the sad soul. I guess I can't proceed with this anyway because I don't have... I'm missing a component anyway to make this flying mount. You need to have... I would not recommend using the sad soul. It's just hard to come by those. The love ring is what you're going to want. You use a love bouquet, which I didn't get, and then the sad soul ring, and then you can make this flying mount. It lasts for 7 days, but since you can come over here and make it anytime you want, and these drop forever, that means this is essentially permanent. So what we're going to do is sell this ring instead of keeping it, and we're going to reduce more stuff. Reduce this, and I'm going to reduce this. Actually, do I want to reduce this? Actually, we'll keep that. This one is 9, this one is 9, but it has a con associated with it, so we'll throw you out. Reduce. Okay, and then we're going to come over to the reinforcement NPC, and then this is what we're going to reinforce, which is the wand. You can get 1 int and 1 magic damage each time. So we're going to take that as far as I can for the amount of simple basic Xeons that I have. So you can see that forging stuff is kind of tedious. Having a smaller game window is helpful. Like if you're playing on a really large, high resolution, like a 4K monitor or something, the UI is really tiny. It's hard to see. The other part too, I mean, it's the same size whether you're using the whole window or not, but you have to traverse more real estate of your screen if you have, you know, going all the way to the other side if you have a really big monitor. So it's better to lower the resolution, especially if you're just forging. If you like the look of the game, that's fine. You want a higher resolution, go for it. But when you're making stuff, make the screen really tiny, because it's going to help you having less mouse travel distance. Okay, so 13 is as far as 14, yeah, is as far as we're going to go. Go ahead and equip that. We can destroy this. Now that we're outside of the tutorial, we can destroy whatever we want. Real quick, I'm level 9. We're going to go open up the quest log here, and we're going to look for Temperian's Way, all these gift quests. We want those. We're going to skip that heavy load quest because we're not going to travel that far. We're taking these quests because these gift quests give you bags. Inventory bags. You can have a total of 5. The last 3 that you can see here, you have to pay real money for them. So if that's something you don't care about, then yeah, it's 300 item all points, $3. So it's up to you if that matters. I just recommend it maybe later in the game if you want to, but it's not that important, to be honest. Okay, and now we're gonna head Temperian's Way. Oh, I guess that guy is over there. I forgot. Alright, I guess I made a mistake. I thought I didn't have to travel over there. Well, actually, I think he's over here too. I think it's pointing me the wrong way. That's why it's confusing me. Normally, when I plop out over here, I would take that guy's quest, and then I just finish it right here, because the NPC's right here. So as I was saying, you don't have to go over there. I started to think I made a mistake, but he's right here, so you can turn in your quest. And that little change in look and game that went black for a moment, you hear that little ding. You can see the red emblem over here is indicating it's nightmare time. So we're gonna head to... Well, I'll type it in on the map here in just a second. We're gonna go to the Wing Rider. And we're gonna fly. And I'm gonna go with... I don't think I have any quests that I could do that are gonna support this, so that's not important. I'm gonna see if I can up some honor skills real fast while I'm flying. Not very much. Let's get some more health. Less skill crit. Let's go with probably con. More health is better for this. Okay. And then we're gonna fly again to here. We're flying to, well, let's open the map again. Maybe I can't do that. I'm missing something. Desert poison snail. Maybe it's... Anyway, you can do NPC or monster. And you can see every single monster on here and get its location too. I was going to get into this a little bit later, but now that I'm doing it... Terrifying. I think I might have misspelled it. Maybe I did 2 F's or something weird. Yeah, it's poison, desert poison snail. He's hiding right over here, I think. I'll show you in a moment. We'll close that. Mount up. And go. 2 bags is enough for what I'm doing right now, so I'm not going to worry about my inventory space without that I didn't turn in this other quest. It's not a big deal. I'm in a real hurry because my time's the real thing I care about right now. So I have to see the arrow. I'll uncheck that. Let's hope I have enough DPS to even handle this. Terrifying nightmare mobs are pretty tough, and they're pretty durable. Plus they're much higher level. 16 versus 9. I don't have any real gear, so let's see how this goes. So what you're doing is looking for a specific one. This one that has the little indicator above his head. We're going to try to single him out and farm him for a cellular sample that he drops. It's kind of hard when you only have one skill. You can see how much damage I'm doing to him. I miss a lot for his level too. You have to kite this guy. Run him in circles. Luckily he's nice and slow. I don't have a heal yet either, so we'll see. Maybe I'll get lucky and only need to kill him like once or twice and get a good drop. Let's put this somewhere here. Oops. Oh man, that's a tiny little heal. Good. Don't kill me. I underestimated what I was going to get from that. Oh, I didn't actually do it. Oh, I guess I did. It's just a really short cooldown. It's good. Nice. Leveled up. Okay. Means my heal's up too. Decent amount of plant, but man, that's a hard one for this level. I leveled up, but I don't see any HP. I guess I'll have to see what happens when I get hit. I'm sure that my health's actually maxed out. There it is. Just a little display bug. These Zenobia slots, a little gamble. Sometimes with these lower end Xeons, sometimes you can get lucky and get 1,000. It always feels good when you win a little slot machine game. You can tell where this game likes to entrap younger kids. They don't target little kids though. I guess it's a mature game, so it's enabling us adults to gamble more. Man, having one skill is rough. Let's see how much XP we get for this whole level. Wow, that's massive. Nothing good though for what I'm actually here for. Let's see. Honor skills. Let's go ahead and turn this on. I mean, I like the XP. It's really helpful. But I think I'm gonna go with honor now. Can't have two things attack me. Take out the weaker one first. Oh wow, that's nice. Let's go ahead and run this slot game real quick. Get it off my screen. Bummer, dude. One Xeon, huh? Not happy with this HP I'm running here. Oh, crit. That's good. By this point in the game, if you're fighting these guys, typically, you're gonna have Is he coming over here to help him? Oh shit, he is. You're gonna have, oh, he turned back. Good. You're gonna have jewelry to support your damage. Probably already have a plus 30 weapon, so you're gonna be doing this way faster. More skills as well. Man. Totally rough to not get even one of these. That was, I think it was 71, so that's 8. Yep, that's 7.7 levels right there on that. It's really good. So we could see if I could add some more points. Better recovery, a little more XP. Save. Better drops, sure, why not? Okay, let's go back to hunting. Man, he's sending me over here a lot. I really don't like that. Wish he'd spawn a little closer to me. I don't want to aggro anybody else. Level 20. Got a long ways to go, that's for sure. But if I can get this, this would be a really good start. You kind of just have to make do with the time you have available. And since there's specific times for certain things, definitely have to try to take advantage when you can. And right now it looks like I have about 6 minutes before I lose that window of time trying to get this. Based on the fact I can kill this, it's not very fast, but it's doable. It's definitely possible I could get one. Ah, yes! There we go. One is sufficient. I'm not going to worry about going for any more of them. Get back onto leveling and everything else I need to do. Okay, we're going to mount up. We're good to go. So we're going to get back to doing Temperion's Way. Check the map. Let's clear this. You can clear it by going to like this. That'll remove it. I don't think you can just delete this and then research it to clear it. I'm not sure if there's a better method for clearing the map, to be honest. Thinking off the top of my head, I don't recall one. Outside of, like, I think going to a new zone will clear it, and maybe? Probably not even that. It just stays up. Level 11. Might have some other quests. I think it's 13 for the next one. The next bag quest. You really want to mess with me, huh? I was killing desert snails, man. What are you gonna do to me? Okay. This skill is your return. I'm leaving this up because I still want to show it. By default, Kurt is your return point, but you can talk to these ladies in white, the Iozenic Registrar. Talk to these and you can set your return location. So if you cast this skill, you're going to return to that location. A 30-minute cooldown, so try to use it sparingly, or when you have your flying mount, you can suicide and choose your return point, and that's the best method in my opinion. But I don't have a flying mount right now, so I can't do that. We're going to fly back over here, I gotta kill Gropies, and then we're going to come back and work on that Alpha Temperion's quest. I'm going to try to talk about all the quests here now that I'm done with that nightmare time. I'm going to lay out more of the tutorial process, because I had to kind of just go into go mode for that. I think I will make a pit stop first before I do that. Okay. One more thing to know. So what I spent my time doing was earning this cellular sample. It looks like crud when you see physical damage and you're like, well, on magic, why would I want this? How's that going to be beneficial? I'll show you how it becomes beneficial. And the main way is, well, you're gonna craft something with it. But the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go over here and kill these monsters. It takes a moment to run there, so bear with me on the journey. Okay, so these workshop miners are just walking around over here. There's specific ones that when you kill them, they drop 4 red Xeons every single time. And sometimes they'll have an extra, so there's 5 from this guy. Workshop miner. This guy's got a pickaxe. Workshop miner. So he's walking around. There we go. So we're just gonna kill this guy, kill him. And we got another guy who's giving us 4. This guy's giving us 4 plus 1, so we're another 5. Also, you can see they have, actually we didn't get a drop yet for that. Never mind, I'll show you something in a moment when I have it. These guys have a lot of useful drops. There's only 5 of them. They're not discoverable on the map. Their respawn time's like a couple minutes. I think 2 to 5 minutes. So it's a slow farm, but they're an incredibly important farm. So here's a Fides one, but it's level 15, so that's why I recommend having the level 5 one. The damage benefit is nil. Another workshop miner, and then our last one over here. So those are the 5 locations for these dudes. You're just gonna walk this stretch and just keep attacking them over and over. So this right here, see that? The property magic attack curse. It's exactly what we need too, which is great. So for the sake of the video, I'm going to call this good and stop here. And then we're going to move on. So we got what we need. There are resistance ones and there are damage ones. So you got to make sure that you get the attack version and don't pick the wrong one. Or pay attention to the wrong one, I should say. Kill this guy too. They definitely seem to be responding faster than they used to. It used to be a much longer wait. This is not too bad at all. It's always nice when there's a beneficial change. So we got everything we need. Very good. So what you need to make this is the... Well, you need the cellular sample, You need 1 magic attack. Well, actually a physical attack. My bad. Normally it'd be magic, but since this is a physical damage cell, we need a physical damage. Red Xeon. We want curse damage, and then we need the critical Xeon because it has critical chance associated with it. I'm just going to run through it instead of taking the Wing Rider because I need to talk to an NPC and I need to kill some things over here. Get our 3rd bag. There's Gropies here. We're going to run a little bit further. We need to do Paleos, Gropies, and Hounds. Wow, that guy really launched up. Looks good. I do recommend checking all these mobs because you never know what event drop they're going to have on them. Very worthwhile taking all this stuff. Always want that simple ion energy too. Thought I was crashing there for a minute. Froze up pretty hard. Picking up all the junk, because I do want to reduce it, since I'm not restricted and it's not like I can't destroy stuff if I want to. There we go. Perfect. And mount up. We're gonna go in here. This turn-in quest's behind me where I came from, but I need to go see the compounder. This is also a good time to show the town of Kurt and explain the NPCs and the layout of the town, of the land in here. Okay, so starting with this Flower Girl NPC, she's part of this event that we're having now, forever. So you're using these event roses. They go in here, and when you have a certain amount of them, then you can get a gift. So you need to have 20 of the red roses. Oh, actually, it's 10 of the red roses, and 20 of the black, I think, and then 10 of the red. Please input the necessary amount. Yeah, it says it right here. Sorry for my lack of reading. 10 red roses or 20 black roses. Okay. So you input your roses needed there, and then you get a gift box, which I don't think it actually shows you the gift. Oh, it does. You can click on it and see what it gives. Okay. So you can see what the rewards are. These also drop in-game as well. Alright. Let's go first. Most of the NPCs around here are just kind of filler. They don't have a real purpose. So let's go to the ones that matter. So here's the bank, merchant, or clerk, I should say. This is where you can store stuff. If you have joint accounts, those come from the item mall shop. I'm opening the item mall shop here and showing you premium. Let's do... So joint bank accounts, you can either purchase this, which lasts for 30 days from the date you purchase it, 30 days out, or you can have premium. The 1-day premiums, usually what I recommend because you don't get a price break when you buy more. These are 24 hours of concurrent play, so being logged in. It'll say active over here, and once you have premium, you get a whole lot of stuff. There's like, you get 80% more XP, you get increased drop chance, and Lant on pickup. You also get 2 accounts that are just for yourself. It's like the single bank accounts, like for each individual character you have created. And then you also get all 4 of the joint bank accounts too when you have premium active. The benefit of having premium versus buying the other 30-day one is like, well, you get it for as long as you need it, really. Whatever you put in these, like, I can't show you because I can't see them, but I can open this one. If I've opened it before and used it, it'd be red. And if it's red, you can take out what's in there, but you cannot put it in there, and you can't move it around inside there, so you can only extract it. So there is some benefit of having it and then storing stuff in there and then taking it out later. Joint banks, this allows you to take it out, you know, share between the other characters on your account. This is all character specific. The Lant is something you can deposit in there, and, you know, let's put 100 Lant in, and you can withdraw as much as you want. You can have, I think, like, you can hold 10 billion Lant on yourself, but the bank, I think, can hold like 500 billion or something outrageous. Maybe it's more than that, but more than you'll need, likely. So if you're having inventory issues with Lant, because there's a lot of inflation in this game, there'll probably be things you sell if you're selling things with item all, and you won't be able to maybe take something because your Lant could be at max, so you'd want to come over here and then deposit all your Lant in there. If you have mail or something you're trying to take and it's not going in your inventory, you're not able to collect it, it's because your Lant's probably full. The next thing to know is the Auctioneer. This one, it's pretty complicated, but there's some stuff that you can't post in here, like obviously if something's bound on acquire, it's yours, you can't sell it. You can go, alright, I'm looking for weapons. You can go to the grade and find the ordinary, which is what this stuff is. You can see on the, I can't move my cursor over to it because it closes, but you can see the grade next to the name, ordinary, magic shield. It'll say whatever something's grade is. So you can search for what you're looking for. You can go by jobs if you have a job specific search you want to go find, or level of an item. Only one ordinary thing for weaponry. That's interesting. So you can go to all, search. Tons of stuff in here. People are always selling stuff. I don't have any money, so I can't buy any of this right now, but yeah, you can get tons of simple basic Xeons as well and make a lot of money. This person's selling 100 of them for 5 million. That's pretty good if you're brand new, because you can find 5 love rings pretty decently, but it's nice to sell things in $1 million increments for the brand new people, in my opinion. Okay, but you get an idea of this. You get weapons, armor, you can open the categories more and look into stuff. Possession beast, there's nothing. This is an old Season 1 thing that doesn't exist anymore, so you can kind of ignore that. You'll never find anything in there. Accessories, your jewelries, ornaments, that's kind of what we were looking at earlier. Spera, see this cell. Consumable, you can see what all this stuff is, but I will tell you functional is like item mall stuff will be found in here. So if somebody's selling item mall, or if you're selling item mall stuff, you can put it, you just come over here to sell it, and that's where it'll end up. If you're trying to purchase it, this is where you're going to want to look for it, in here. So when you search, there's some item mall stuff, sealed 2-day stuff, event items are oftentimes in here. Got, these 2-day items are dropped from like, killing juggernauts. He's like an endgame boss. Stuff to get in later. Premium dungeon. We'll get into it, that's for sure. But main things to know about if you're new, like, okay, what am I looking for? What am I going to use this auctioneer for? Like, obviously selling stuff. You're going to have stuff to sell, probably. Maybe not much, but you'll have stuff to sell. You're going to probably care about the basic Xeons, armor and weapons, accessories maybe a little bit. probably not so much, but we'll talk about what you're going to want to look for too, but Frisia ion stuff like this is all super good. This is all useful. Bony hooks, cheap and easy to get. We're going to earn that early on. I'm going to show you. Okay, moving on from here. Also, you can hit M, and it doesn't open the town map, but if you go over here to Kurt, you get an opening here that shows you most everything. This isn't the most accurate. As you can see, the auctioneer is not over here. It's actually where the icon is. Right here is the auctioneer, so I don't know. Freaking maps. Maybe I feel bad just showing you this. Better off just letting me do the tour. It's relevant for most places. Zakate, which is another early game town, and Kurt are pretty jacked up. That's a useless NPC. Ignore him. The agent is the one who does scroll quests. This matters because the other level 5 quests I was telling you about, the other level 5 weapons and armor and stuff I was telling you about, they come from these quests. Specifically, Monster in the Darkness, it's one. It's the Nightmare ones. You can see Nightmare in parenthesis there. Nightmare. Down one more. There it is. Nightmare. So you can look at these quests. And Thestergs, scroll down, what's your reward? No, maybe I'm mistaken on this one. Or that. These aren't level 5. Oh, they are level 5. Okay, never mind. These aren't very well desired, but, you know, they exist. So some people might care about them. Accuracy. So this is a level 5 option. Just to showcase it here. Each one and what it does. And as a reminder, I'm pressing Shift. Decline. And you can see level 5 on these as well. And this one has a 10% XP bonus for a day, so this one's useful. This is why I brought it up. These two I'm not really going to care about, so I'm probably just going to destroy them. Not going to do those, but I want people to be aware of them. There was one more, I think, actually, I'm missing. The desert snail. That was the one we were killing. This one has the shield. So if you want MP recovery, or HP recovery, this is your level 5 shield. Okay, moving on. This is all minigame stuff. It's kind of, you know, I'll click on it so you can know about it, but this is a game you're never going to care about. Oh man, I shouldn't even have opened it. It's like a gambling game, you have to buy credits for it. You can't really redeem it for anything, so it's just nothing I'd recommend. Evans, can you run away? Can't move, you're just locked in place. You just have to watch this, huh? Hooray! Close that. Let's get out of here. So, click on that and you get invited into a card game. Transporter, this is the mail system. So if you're buying something or selling something from the transporter, or a friend is mailing you something, this is where it shows up at the transporter. You can send from here. There's also a little teeny tiny little dot right here, and if you get your pointer in just the right spot, you can click on it. And when you do, you can, this is how you put lant in here. They thought they disabled people being able to put lant in here, but they didn't. because you can't, normally you could just click here, there's a button for you and you could send LANT. Well, instead of disabling it, they just like made the button tiny and stuck it over here in the corner. So if you want to send LANT, that's how you do it. There's nothing really over there to point out, so I'm gonna ignore that. Now we're gonna come over here to the forge, and you already saw this area before, but I'm gonna point out more about it. So here's the repair NPC. If you die, this is how you repair your stuff. You can repair specific items, or you can repair all of your stuff. You see there's no cost, obviously, because I haven't died yet. Reinforcement, you already saw how I use this one, where you just drag and drop stuff in there and reinforce it. We got it unequipped to reinforce this one. Okay. And then there's the item reduction. This is how you get your Xeons, as I mentioned before. This is enchanting. So that would be like, say there's 1 enchanting slot, 0 of 1 in purple. Put this in here, and then you can put like these things in it. This is an armor Xeon, so I can't really show this particular one, but curse resistance, this can go in anything. This is something you could put curse resistance in there if you want. What else? Main thing I'd suggest is things like this. Crit chances. Not able to go in weapons though, at least that particular one. I have enchantments I will show you about, but that will come a little later. Compounding. That's how you make the flying mount that I mentioned before, as well as this ornament. So when you plop this thing in here, plop this in the first slot, you get all these options of stuff you can make, and it's like, wow, that's overwhelming. What do I want to make? You know, skill critical additional damage is nice, but early on, not so much. Block success chance is useful, mainly for like protectors, and I mean, we're going to be using a shield probably, so it could be useful. Attack, this is what we care about. Now we're looking for curse. Curse, attack. So this is the stuff we were collecting components for earlier. So we're going to make this. And it has 1 to 2. So, another thing you can do, you can see that it has a value there for 0-2 for its property magic attack curse. This can be re-rolled, and the way you re-roll stuff is you could put con in here, and then we can make a simple, I need 3, I don't have enough. Okay, this would be enough, so I could put HP recovery in here, I could put this in slot 1. I need a simple revamp. It takes 3 to make this. We'll make that. You put this back in slot 1. You choose your only option. And then we have our simple revamp, and it takes 5,000 lant. And it can roll it from 0-0, I think? Maybe it's 0-1. I think it's 0-1 is its base. But 0-5 is a max roll, so we're going to re-roll it and see what we get. 0-3, that's better than it was before. Let's try it again though, because it's 3 Xeons is kind of doesn't cost much of anything at all, to be honest. Let's try for a slightly higher one. 0-2. Mine Xeons. Put you in here, simple. You really don't need to spend your time or resources on this if you don't want to. This is more for demonstrations. So that's close to max. I'll keep it, 0-4. Okay, we come over here, and then we can't use this till 16, so I'm not going to put a ton of resources in it, but I'm just kind of showing how it works. But this, when I level up, I mean, that physical damage it's reinforcing with is useless, but it does have skill crit chance, and it has curse damage, so it does give a value. The reason you make this when you're this level, even as a magic user, is because the next available ornament that you can make to fill that slot is level 35. So it's a long ways away. So it's better off using that one and making a workaround to make it viable, because it's better than nothing. When I go to Nova, I'll show you what we use this for. So for now, let's go ahead and reduce a couple things. Let's see here. What do I have I can reduce? Got some junk. I'm gonna reduce this too. Don't care about physical shields. Keeping that. That's mine, right? Yes, it is. Don't reduce that. Okay, looks good. Got some more Xeons. Let's go ahead and reinforce this a little bit more. Almost a plus 30. All right. One down. Okay, so we got that on. The next thing to know is over here, these NPCs, they're battlefield merchant rewards. And they have some really useful things, like for instance, if you're a caster, you're going to want to use, potentially want to use FOC armor. You can see how this reinforces. It's got skill crit chance, skill critical additional damage, and intelligence. So very useful. 4 slots. You'll be thinking to yourself, well, how am I supposed to get that? It's pretty hard as a new player unless you kind of just ask somebody in the community. In the Discord, it only costs 100 points. I give these things away for free. So if you're a new player and you're like, I like that, I want that armor, just ask in the Discord and you shall receive. Over here, these are kind of like an older reward system. They are useful, but like for example, these 0.5 skill crit chance are really awesome, but they're kind of costly, especially for new players to obtain. So since you would normally need to be doing, I'll press Y to open the battlefield tab, you'd need to be doing field of contention or ion mine. They're interchangeable. There's this point conversion system. If someone gives you cards, this is how you get the points. You'll sell them to a merchant, and then you're gonna see like, well, I don't have this point. It still says 0. You gave me points and I sold them and it's still 0. You have to come over here. You'll see there's a number. You'll enter in whatever the amount is that someone gave you, and then you can convert the points, and that turns it into these points, and then you can spend it with this merchant or that merchant and buy armor or Xeons. Let's see what else. Here's some more reward merchants. This guy's for theme battle strongest. You come over here, you just get this stuff. It's free, and it's for going into these battlefields. They alternate between strongest and union. Strongest, union. Every hour there's something else, and you use the strongest armor in strongest. So it kind of helps balance out the earlier players. It bumps you up to like level 80, so you'll have a ton of skill points that you can actually use too when you're in there. You can press K if you're low level, and you'll have a bunch of skill points you can use. But be aware that if it's a skill that you already have on your skill bar and you come out of the battlefield, it'll reset your skills. And that can be kind of annoying, but good to be aware of. These merchants over here, these are pretty useful, but mainly intended for PvP. These things are, they cost a lot of land, they're hard to reinforce, they cost a lot to reinforce too. And they reinforce with resistance, so mainly for PvP. SVS merchant, this is like, just ignore this, this is so old. You'll see they have like this transformation thing on here. Transform to Kamoila. And it's like, you can't transform anymore. That's like a disabled system that doesn't exist. You'll see it on here. Use, no limit. Transformation, desert poison snail. Yeah, you can't do that anymore. It's just not, it's not listed here. They disabled it due to a bug where it's causing people to crash when they were exploiting some aspect to it. And instead of fixing it, they just take something away. Because we don't know what we're doing, we'll just take stuff away because we don't know how to fix it. There, problem solved. It's kind of like, people are getting in a fight, let's just take the toy away. Children are getting in a fight. Alright, moving on. Let's see, what other early game systems are important to know about? We talked about the honor system, clearly. Speaking of which, let's up the points on these a little bit. Got some points to use. Let's go with... I don't think that's as important. I think I'd rather have that. Save. Yes. Okay. I think it's better if I just play the game, level up a little bit, earn some gear. I do need to get some armor. That's level 25. That'll be taking place. So we're gonna focus on just playing now, doing the story quests. I think I got all the concepts. I guess I wanted to talk about the help system. So this kind of useful, kind of not. I mean, do know you can look through it, find your information, read about stuff if you want to. It's good to be aware of. You know, they talk about the story of the game if you want to like kind of read about it a little bit. Scenario gives you some of the lore and stuff. It's fairly decent, but it's kind of hard to read this because it's like, don't know why they didn't do a better job of making the text not go over the picture. Okay, what else? They talk about Nightmare, so you can see like how Nightmare time works. Here's daytime, nighttime, Nightmare. Actually, that's good. They tell you. I don't think they tell you like real game, like how long an in-game hour is to equal how long a real world minute equals in an in-game hour. I don't think they talk about that, but yeah, 1 in-game hour is the equivalent of 5 real world minutes. Just to reiterate that. Yeah, and they talk about the icons here, Nightmare Monster. So I mean, it's good to look at. So if you want some extra information, feel free to look through this. But you know, it's not the greatest. Hence why we have to have a better system to explain this. I mean, look at this. Like, this thing is so ancient looking. They don't even, this is S1, Season 1. They don't even have, like, a system that looks like this. They don't even have, like, all the up-to-date icons in here. Like, example, I was talking about the party search isn't even here yet. It's like, this is so old. Get some up-to-date, the icons here, the job icons. Whoa. It's like looking at a time machine. Alright, let's not get too hung up on that time machine. What else is important to know? The quest book we talked about. So Possession Beast, you can see this, but this isn't anything you have. That comes later. Level 25, you get a quest called Possession Beast, and then you go out and earn your Possession Beast. Your skills, we'll take one of these. Definitely want that one later, so I'll take that. Be very careful with your skills that you don't misclick, because if you put a skill point in something, there's no way to go, my apologies, let me make amends here and fix that. Nope, you're wronged and you're stuck forever. Well, unless you get a skill reset. So, DNA doesn't work that way. I'll show you DNA now. So when you press N, let's find it over here. Underneath skills, you can press N or press this button here. That'll show you your DNA. And that shows you, you know, what you can take. These you can click on and it'll show you what it is. You can subtract it. Until you press OK, you haven't consumed it. So you can read up on stuff beforehand, which is nice. It's how skills should work. You should be able to plus and minus skills, but you can't. So be aware. I don't think this thing has a percentage base. It's just a fixed value. Yeah, there's more to it. Vampiric Touch, AoE, that's what I was talking about with Vampiric Touch being a lot better later on. There's make it so you can have instant cast for Vampiric Touch and AoE, so this is going to consume right here 20 of your DNA points. I think it's 20, maybe it's 5 or something in this one, and sometimes some stuff maxes out at 5 points and I forget which ones are which. Let's see, what else is there? Map, kind of talked about this, where you have your quest book, you can look at quests, you can click on them, you can search a map location so you can see what's the what and where it is. You can always change things around too, because sometimes the map isn't always up to date on all the locations. Like you can see I just went to Zakate and we have a Temperian Master you gotta visit here. So you can kind of see like, oh okay, I'm gonna have to jump around a little bit. I can't remember if you can just remove this. I don't think you can. Just have to go back to Turbo. There. Okay. You can close this. You can move this around. You can search for specific NPCs, but it is case sensitive. So that's good to be aware of. Let's see what else is good to know when you're new. This is your party list, friend list, I mean. Let's see, hotkeys. So we talked about moving stuff. You can hold shift, drag and drop, and you can put any amount you want. Move it around, combine it together. We talked about holding shift to look at stuff, holding control to compare what you have yourself. You can plus and minus the map, which is not a big deal, but there you go. Talk about the one click, using the one click. Battlefield we looked at. Item wall, lucky box. So you know, lucky box. If you have cash in your manager, like if it says you have points in here, do not click start. These boxes are absolute crap, and it gives you one at random, and it's 500 points. It's, you know, $5 consequence, and there's like once you hit the button, it goes, it takes it out, it randomly gives you one, and it plops it in your bag, and then it's just, I guess it plops it here, and you take it out, but you've already paid for it when you hit the start button. So like, if you don't have money, you're okay, but just don't do that. I guess you have to hit plus. But either way, lucky boxes are terrible. Do not do that. I've personally disabled the J key. That's something to know about. Okay, if we hit escape or whatever and go into game settings, you have the keybinds, so you can rearrange your keybinds in here. You can see mine are pretty well customized. You can hold shift and have shift keys as well if you want to have extra stuff. But yeah, I've removed The lucky box one. I mean, you could totally remove it. I think I put it on another button for some reason, but I could disable it entirely. Looking at this isn't going to be too helpful for you. Unless you want to copy me, I guess that's possible too. If you wanted my key bindings, you could do that, I guess. I don't like this show character name. I just completely disabled it because I don't really do that where I have my name displayed above my own head. I know who I am. I don't need to know who I am for a picture or something. But it is an option. Let's see, what else is there? You can cycle through. This does nothing, by the way. I don't know why this exists, but you can still push those buttons even when you disable the short key lock. But this, you can cycle through different preset lists. So you can have up to 5 different tabs there. I think that's pretty much it. I think I've been over everything. Let's go ahead and play again. So now we're heading over here. Alright, mount up and let's go turn in some quests and progress this. So Temperion's Way is the main story that you want to do. That's going to get you all the stuff you need. Your jewelry, your permanent mount that's like a really low, slow mount. Like, you know that this will only last for 7 days. You got your expiration time right there, so got to be ready to transition off of it. The Rex is not as important now since you can have... what do you call it? You can have your flying mount from doing the event stuff. You can have that flying mount that's just as fast as this one. There's really no reason to ever want to use the Rex because it's so slow. Alright. Nice fast kills. I love that. Considering what my equipment is. Still not very well equipped. And you can see as like a level 11, pretty weak looking dude's still doing decent damage. What I'm going to try to do is do the Alpha Temperian. This gets your Temperian model. That's something that lasts, like that quest line you're going to do all the way up to level 85, so it's with you for a long time. You're going to have the Temperion's Way to level 25, so that's your main one to focus on. There's Rumor of War that you could do, but that's for DNA, and that's again like something for way later on. It's kind of hard to do, but for the sake of demonstrating it, story quest. Yeah, not just a rumor. This is another quest that you, if you wanted to do it, you could, because it will be something that progresses the storyline all the way up to level 70, 80, 75? I think I'll take it for right now, just because that is beneficial to share with people. Kill that one. Call it good. We're gonna have to come over here and kill some black hands, I think is what I need to kill next. You'll sometimes see this kind of bug, and this is because it's not linking a map. So if you just do Turbo, then maybe I'm mistaken. had this happen to me before. It's fun to be recording yourself and go, yeah, this is how you fix it. Just kidding. Turbo. Arnaz. Kate. Okay. Alright, never mind. Can't tell you. Normally you can fix that one with just, like, selecting the map. So I haven't seen it actually not correct before. So Black Hands fighters is what we need to get for the Alpha Temperian testing. These guys are weak, getting for 0s and 7. I'll probably just collect all this because I can reduce it. I'm that desperate now for Zeons. Okay, mount up. Actually, we need one more. 2 more. Now I just need to go kill some gropies. I do wish they had the other mounts for sale instead of just available through the 2-day system. Mounts are really cool in this game. Did I just crash? Sure did. Okay. It's about midnight. Kind of happens around then. Oops, why did I click cancel? Set myself up to fail. I was waiting a long time for nothing to happen. Really hate how the game will just not like it won't put the launcher on like over top. It just leaves it around underneath something else. Way to prioritize. Okay, let's try this again. What am I clicking on here? Okay, let's try this again. Gropey hairs. You guys fighting? Like you're fighting over there. It's funny to see those guys out. They only come out in the daytime. Dead. Need a little bit of a bump in my damage so I can... Oh, nice. I'll take that. Nice. Couple of crits. Very nice. Lots of event drops right now. Okay. So now we got that done. Can't look at this one because it's really gross. So there's like an error, I guess, with the NPC not being... doesn't have the proper map strings. There we go. Now it's popping up. Couldn't do that before when I clicked on it. But yeah, normally you just click the map, and then when you select the map, it fills it in. And you going back? Where do we turn this one in? Ah, yes, that's right. What about you? Okay, sounds good. Now the question is, do I want to go farm some more red Xeons? Because those are critical. But the drop rate is so high that even if I do it later, it won't matter. I might just wait. I want to get some jewelry. See what we're at here. I'm not sure if I want XP on or honor at this point. Typically, you're probably fine just leaving yourself on XP. Because this game, you're needing to level a little bit, grinding a couple levels here. But it's your choice. Again, having that start where you go to level 9 or thereabout before you leave the tutorial really helps a lot. That's solid earrings. That's physical damage, not very useful. For me, anyway. I think it's time to probably go get happy hour. Explain what that is. So there's daily quests you can do in this game. And the first daily quest you're going to care about is level 1. Daily. Happy hour. I'm going to take that quest and explain it here soon. It's essentially a window of time for like 3 hours. You can get your choice of 30% more XP or 30% more item drop or land. You know, it depends on what you need. You can even stack it up against another one, the same bonus, or even others of the same bonus. You can get another XP happy hour and stack the XP happy hours up too if you get it during reset time. So I'll explain that here in a moment. Gift of thankfulness, there we go. So there's one more bag to get. At level 15, I'll get my last one. So for now, we're gonna fly over here. And then we're gonna fly to... We're gonna fly to Novolux and show that. I'm just trying to think though. I've been on for 2 hours. I might take a break. Hmm. Come over here and kill these. I do love killing those space spiders. Such weirdos. Get your bony legs, your knobby knees, and your frickin' humongous nose with like one of those little scrunchy things inside your mouth. I wanna know what those things are. Are they supposed to be your eyes? You got 8 eyes plus those wobbly ones that are in your eye sockets. Ooh, a love ring. Alright. Another love ring? No way. That's so legit. Need some bouquets so I can get my flying mount. Definitely feels good to get some love rings. Been getting no love for a while. I love how these things waddle. The big scorpion tail mouth thing. I miss all the quests that used to be here. Used to be a lot of content for this map. Took a lot of the content out because they wanted to speed up the leveling for people so they'd hurry up and go find more players, but it's like, not really how you handle it. I think they had it so you started in Novolux initially. That's a good way to kind of handle it. To give give players the chance to see one another right away. Alright. Ooh, take that. Where's my love bouquet? Give me a love bouquet. Come on, belly croc. Crap it out. Give me my flowers. Jerks. Must be constipated. They're holding it in. Let it out. There was an event drop there, but not what I wanted. Alright, so I need spider and a Pez. There we go. Uh-oh. Come on now. 3, 2, 1, go! Alright, gotta go kill a spider and then 2 spiders, and then I'm good to go. I'll do happy hour. Probably next time I play. I don't know why I attacked that. I think when I log out, I'll try to log out in the spot to pick up a Nova Lux and do the happy hour quest. Almost picked that. Don't pick that. There we go. Okay. Gift of cheer. Here we go. Excellent. 5 bags. Let's go reduce and maybe reinforce a little bit. So we got all this junk to reduce. We gotta make sure we keep the good stuff though. Alright, we got max bags now, so let's put these away. Don't want to lose that. Level 15, so I guess I can reinforce that shield now. But we'll do the earrings first, that's more important. Let's reduce this. This key can move closer because it doesn't go away with each time you use it. One more level to use that too. Okay, I think that's just about everything that mixed in there. I gotta do this too, actually. Alright. Get this up there a bit. Plus 10. Still at 100% success chance. At plus 16. %93 chance to go plus 20. I'm gonna run out of Xeons before I get very far on this one. Okay, that's good enough. Out of Xeons, but that was a pretty solid start. Okay, we gotta do Desert Stone Golems and Gropies. Okay, here we go. Let's go smack a couple of these. Quite a bit more damage. See the importance of reinforcing gear. You can go to damage tab here and I can scroll back, and I was doing like 106, 107 to most of those desert pez and stuff, and now I'm doing like 140, 138, 140, yeah, that's good. Pick up all this so I can reduce the trash later. Get those Xeons. Round up what I can. These guys do inflict more damage, that's for sure. Even with 1,000 HP, still kind of hurts. Gotta make sure to sit down between my fights. Alright, Putrice. Heal. Heal. That's good enough. Some more simple. I like it. Simple basic Xeons. Gosh, so many roses. It's insane. Roses are important though, because someone can always gift you the ingredients for making the mount, but the roses are bound, so always good to take those. Plus, if you get too many of the roses, you can always just make, exchange them with the flower girl to make some lucky boxes, or gift boxes, whatever they call them. Flower gift box. Alright, it's my last quest for the night. Okay, let's run back, turn this in, and then probably fly to Nova Lux. Gotta pick this up in case there's something good in there. If I miss a bouquet, I'd be so sad. Oh my gosh. I was going to Zakate. Oh, that's lovely. Well, I should have read that a little better. I ran back here for nothing. I think the era that I was following was for not just a rumor. We'll do that another time. It was a fun journey. Alright, so we got 2 quests to turn in here. I'll go turn in the Temperian Way one first. And then I'll do Alpha Temperians next. And I think I'm going to log out in Nova Lux, so I can pick up right where I left off. I'm getting... I'm going to need to make enough. Let's see here. Simple Energy 1, here's 2. Okay, nice. 5. Need to do that one, and then I need to do this one. Very good. This isn't available until 20. Level 10. Considering this is what you start with, it's not really much of a gain to really even care about. Okay, let's get it. Meditation. You gotta get the useful stuff. Level 17. It's going pretty quick. When you're focused on leveling, that is. Okay, so this is the Alpha Temperian Models quest. This is so you can get your Model X, which is essentially a summon. So we receive our reward, check your bag, wherever it went. A little blind. Oh, hey, look at that. That's good. Glad I have that. Right here. This is the summon. You can put this, well, wherever you want it. And then you can summon it and it'll fight for you. And it's not super strong, but it's not super weak either, so it's worth having. Just don't really rely on it. It's good for pulling mobs, though. Okay, for right now, let's check available quests. Let's go back down to 10, and let's search. I think level 18 is when I get my next Temperian model, or my next, what is it? Temperian's Way quest, so I'm gonna have to kill some stuff, I think, to get to 18. That's one benefit of keeping this turned off. Honor skills. Got to 10 though. That's what I wanted. Okay, good enough. Now we're gonna come over to this NPC and set this as my return location. Go to Nova Lux.